Born and raised in Easton, here at Easton, Maryland. All my family local. And my mother, bless her heart, raised 4 children alone. She was a single parent. She worked 2, 3, sometimes 4 jobs. And so me and my closest brother in age, the one right above me, 3 older brothers, we were kind of, latchkey kids. We got off the bus ourselves, we got in the house, we made snacks until mom came home. But summer times we really didn't have much to do. She came to us and she said, hey guys, the YMCA is right up the street. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can get you in this summer. So she called up and they gave her the name of Miss Pat Travers, who we adore. And, conversations were had, and being that mom was a single parent of 4, of course she couldn't afford membership. So Miss Pat, back then, not sure if, you had to show documentation, but maybe, mom brought up documentation, and we had our first membership the summer of 1989. And so we just kind of went in, with some friends that were already members, and they say, hey, let's just show you around. And of course, my brother was interested in basketball. And so I went home that day and I remember it so clearly, and I said, Mom, you have to buy me a bathing suit. You gotta buy me a bathing suit, because I had saw the swimming pool and I saw the kids in there, and we didn't have community pool at that time, and you just had your dollar store pool in the backyard or what have you, and that's how you got your summertime swimming in. And I remember going to the local thrift store and we got a bathing suit. Say that, the YMCA at that time was so pivotal in my life that it probably doesn't compare. I cannot imagine that, if I was not at the Y for those summers, where I would be, today. And the people like Miss Pat and Joe Bantam, that kind of, pushed and, brought me up at the Y. If they weren't in my life, I'm not sure, where I'd be today. And so, you get a little older and you gain weight and you go back. So that's exactly the timeline that I had, with the YMCA. I would say that the biggest challenge that I have run into is children who need the facility, but just parents who don't have the initiative to get them in there. So of course, we try to do everything that we can to get, the children who need it as their safe place in the building. And, I've even this year, have, sat down with some children and, tried to get parents to get them in. And, we have actually, I've actually, extended, some memberships to some children that I know need the place. But it's kind of heartbreaking, when you stop a kid who's inactive that's been coming in and you go, hey, what's going on? How about you take this membership application home to your parents? And after the 5th time, you're thinking, something's either going on or, something's not, right. And you finally sit down with that child again and you kind of ask, do you have anyone at home that, can sign this paperwork for you? And, more than usually, you'll get a response as I've tried, mom just won't sign it. And, so at that point, you try to do something for that child, whereas, given a temporary membership, 6-month membership, so they could be there after school. Because, I was that kid. I was that latchkey kid.